Art All Night is a big hit in D.C.
And local music videos on display like never before.
All that and so much more coming up on this edition of We Are Washington. Welcome to We Are Washington. Cecily, it's good to be back with you this week.
And great to be here because we've got so much going on. Coming up, we'll take you around the city to experience Art All Night. And we'll introduce you to the talented host of a new local music video show called Display. But first, here's our news roundup.
Mayor Muriel Bowser launches an initiative to make D.C. streets safer, stronger, and brighter with text to DC 311. The week-long effort focuses on identifying streetlight outages in all 8 wards. Residents are encouraged to text to DC 311 to report streetlight outages in their communities.
We are working in the district to, do a complete overhaul of our 70,000 streetlights. In fact, we've been working on it for a few years. So we're looking forward in the next couple of months of being able to talk about how we can replace all of the 70,000 streetlights in the district. So it will be the most energy efficient and the most effective way for us to operate streetlights in the district.
Streetlight outages was also on the agenda at the Mayor Council breakfast. The morning meetings are a chance for the mayor to sit down with the council and discuss a wide range of upcoming legislative priorities as the council gears up for a busy fall. We caught up with Council Chairman Phil Mendelson as he enjoyed Art All Night in Northwest D.C. The chairman gave us a quick preview of what to expect coming up from the council.
Well, the one issue that's gotten the most attention or publicity has to do with universal paid leave legislation, and I expect that will be, it will move through the council this fall. We're winding down in the sense that we go through 2-year periods, and this is the end of council period 21. So there'll be a lot of work that's put out by the different committees. I'm hopeful that we're going to see some action with regard to vacant property. I think there's some public safety bills in the Judiciary Committee. I know that there's some economic development bills in the Committee of the Whole. So it's going to be a wide range of issues, a lot of activity this fall.
A partnership between United Medical Center and Howard University is bringing world-class health care to district residents, meaning greater options closer to home for many people. As part of the 1-year partnership, UMC will provide facilities for doctors and specialists from Howard.
This collaboration will allow us to enhance the provision of healthcare services east of the Anacostia River for residents in Ward 7 and 8. In the residents of Ward 7 and 8, we know, need additional options. They need high-quality health care, state-of-the-art facilities, and we know that they have been served by fantastic physicians. And we know that we need to do all that we can to recruit more fantastic physicians.
So we have a lot of work to do. And certainly since the city has been helping United Medical Center over the last 5 years, we've seen significant improvements in the quality of healthcare that we deliver.
The new patient tower at Sibley Memorial Hospital is now open. The state-of-the-art hospital has a contemporary design and features all private rooms. Sibley says its new tower offers the most advanced technology combined with patient-centered care and comfort. Mayor Muriel Bowser welcomed residents and visitors to a reception on the eve of the opening of the new National Museum of African American History and Culture. The celebration at City Hall gave visitors a chance to learn about D.C. history and take in a little bit of live music and culture.
Are y'all excited about this weekend? Man, Tom, this is amazing. I'm telling you, I spent the last 2 nights going through the museum, and it's mind-blowing. I mean, it will make you laugh, it will make you cry, it will take you back, yet send you forward.
While we're celebrating our National Museum and our nation's history, we should also celebrate D.C. history and our city's history. So we open up your City Hall and we have on display art, and photos and artifacts for DC history.
Mayor Bowser was also the opening speaker at the dedication of the new museum. Later in the show, we'll hear reaction from visitors who came from near and far for the museum's opening. The Mayor's Office on African Affairs held its 10th anniversary celebration at the Lincoln Theater. The event featured drums and dancing and even some comedy. Mayor Muriel Bowser thanked the office for their decade of service to the community.
Pigmental Studios has arrived in D.C. The animation firm will establish its headquarters at Gallaudet University campus. Pigmental produces animated content for film and television. The move to the district is a result of a partnership between Pigmental and the D.C. government.
The opportunity to meld workforce, creative economy, and Gallaudet University is something that's very special and doesn't happen very often. And so I was actually here at the groundbreaking, and I just remember the energy that was there. And I'm so happy to be here now that it has been completed, such that their studios are done and their headquarters is here, and lots of people are going to get hired.
What we see here is a process of creating and producing opportunities for the community, people in the business and art sector, our investors, and not just that, the leaders in the Gallaudet community.
And finally, the D.C. Commission on Arts and Humanities presented the 31st Annual Mayor's Arts Awards. The ceremony was held at the historic Lincoln Theater. The Mayor's Arts Awards are the most prestigious honor given by the city to individual artists, teachers, nonprofit organizations, and patrons of the arts.
Your continued support of the arts in the District of Columbia, of the humanities activities, and the professionals that work hard here are really what make this city work. It takes all of us to come together to make this community so great and so beautiful.
We always love to celebrate the people who are creating in our city and making it such a special place to live.
So much going on. I mean, we covered a lot in a very short amount of time.
Lots of arts news going on, right?
Definitely.
So things happening, Pigmental, we talked about the Mayor's Arts Awards, but there's also a lot of news happening this week in the district. We talked about UMC and their partnership with Howard, which if you think about it, I mean, just going and covering that and seeing all of that happen, it's a big deal for people who live east of the river because now they have this care right in their neighborhoods where they live. They don't have to travel far outside of their communities for specialized care and the doctor's visits. I mean, if you can only imagine, right?
A great thing for those residents. And also the new Sibley Tower,
right,
which is also a state-of-the-art facility and great for residents across town, too.
Sure. So that mixed in with a lot of arts and things like that.
Busy time.
Busy time, absolutely. And we definitely have more arts coming up for you here after the break. An eclectic mix of artists and performers take to the streets for Art All Night. Don't miss it. We'll be right back.
It was an evening that had just about everything, from musicians and painters to DJs, and even a fire circus. Art All Night Made in DC transformed the city into an all-night outdoor arts festival. Take a look.
Well, Art All Night is an opportunity to energize neighborhoods like Shaw and 6 other neighborhoods across the city. In some cases, other neighborhoods don't have very much nightlife. Shaw has quite a bit of nightlife, but to be able to bring tens of thousands of people into these neighborhoods, in many cases neighborhoods they haven't visited before and haven't patronized the businesses here before, is fantastic.
I'm very impressed. The turnout and how unique it is for each of the main streets. So this is the third one I've been to so far this evening, and Van Ness is different than Tenleytown, for example. And it's just part of it, brings out the neighborhood characteristics as well as promoting the small businesses. It gets people into the businesses. It's just good for community feeling.
definitely have always enjoyed fire. I always liked as a kid sticking my finger in like the wax, and my mom being like, "Are you serious?" But yeah, it's been very enjoyable. And it's really risky, but the group of people that spin fire, we all have like bonded over this certain hobby, and so it's not just the act of spinning fire, it's really the community behind the fire spinning.
Shout out to the Conscious Heights, Arts and Culture Center.
And this is our premiere book, and it's called Be Your Own Boss. And
I'd like to be able to use my art just as a tool, kind of to bring people that are on polarizing, sides of the spectrum together, kind of challenge them to discuss new ideas and ways of bridging the gap.
Did it till I'm satisfied, I'm still not satisfied. Yeah, I gave you Queen Dome, keys to the Queen Dome. Heart beats linked up, every time we linked up. Take a peek into your future, know it's me. All you gotta do is breathe like Jonas C. Take the line in the summertime, no matter wintertime. Skate, I guess you put me on.
Pretty clear we have a thriving art scene here in the district, and here at DCN we have a new show designed to showcase up-and-coming talent in the city. Take a look.
If you've been watching DCN, you might have noticed a few new programs in the lineup. One of those focusing on musicians. Actually, musicians who are making music videos right here in the district. That's why today I'm thrilled. I'm excited to have the host and producer of the show Display, Mr. Dion Dove. Dion, nice to see you. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for coming and talking to us. Appreciate it.
All right.
So, host, producer of the show Display, tell us just first off, what is Display? What are we talking about? What are we watching?
Well, you're watching the hottest music video show in the DMV, dedicated to DMV artists. So if you live in Tennessee or Alabama, you can't be on the show. But if you're from the area, you got your chance to look good.
Okay, all right. So tell me just a little bit about music and local musicians and that whole world. Why that's important to you to highlight? Why, for you as the host of this show, what that means to you?
Well, I love the city. I love DMV music. Go-go is a big part of it, but we have other genres of music as well.
Right.
Hip hop, reggae, gospel, pop. So it's a lot of genres to cover that we don't really see. So I'm just trying to highlight that. And as well, my show is family friendly, so you can watch both.
Okay.
Your grandma can watch it, your mom can watch it. It's recommended for all ages.
So what you're saying is that, we tune in and watch this show. We're gonna see not just one genre, we're gonna see a lot of different things, right?
Yeah.
You've had submissions and you've had a couple of shows already in the season, but you're gonna be highlighting. Tell me some of the things that you're gonna see highlighted in music videos. Some of the things I might see when I tune in.
When you tune in, you'll see a rock band called the Bumpin' Uglies. You'll see Wale featuring 4EY.
Wale, yeah.
You'll see Red Essence, Trey Chaney, John Nay. It's a lot of local talent that we don't know about, but the world is about to hear the name.
So you've gotten a pretty good reaction to this show actually featuring this music, this type of art. So far in just this first season, right? You've gotten a lot of submissions, a lot of people interested in what you're doing.
Yeah, a lot of submissions. We started off with just putting it out on social media, on Facebook, and just spread it like wildfire. And we have tons of videos where we did a season in like 6 weeks.
Wow, yeah, that's great. Yeah, so if people want to, maybe they have their own band or they're making music videos and they've been trying to get their work featured somewhere.
Yeah.
Now they have this as an outlet. Tell me how they would go about getting in touch with you and maybe getting some of their work displayed on display.
Well, first they would email their videos, video to display at dc.gov.
Okay.
And you can't have no crazy videos on here. It's a government station, so it gotta be right. So
I understand. Now, one of the things that kind of caught my eye about the show, you did a promotion for it, and you were, freestyle rapping. You were in the control room, you're in the studio, you're everywhere. You're doing a freestyle rap talking about this show Display. I thought that was actually really interesting. You can see it on DCN, and also if you want to check it out on our YouTube page on Entertain DC, you can see it there.
All right.
But I thought that was a lot of talent you were showing in doing this. So is that the sort of thing that you learn to do, or you could teach me to do, or is it something that you just have to have in you?
It's a little bit of both. I can teach you as well, but you gotta have it in you a little bit. You gotta have it in you.
Well, okay. So I was really excited about that promo. But what about for our show, We Are Washington? If I asked you to right now, is there something that you could? Yeah, is there something that you could come up with promoting our show using the same type of talent that you showed me in yours?
Yeah. Let's see. All right, I guess I gotta hit the, can I?
Okay, yeah.
All right, that's my beat maker right here, the chest. All right.
Careful your mic, down low.
Okay, down low?
Yeah.
All right. What can I say? Thank you for letting me be on your show. We are Washington. You already know from the words that I use and the hats that I wear. See me in Georgetown or over by the big chair. Yeah, I play the coach. The audience run the play. Friday at 7. Come watch display. Hey.
I love it. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. We're going to have to use that in some future promos, definitely. You can catch Display Fridays at 7 o'clock on DCM. Be sure to check it out. As for us, stay tuned. We got to go to break, but we'll be right back. We have plenty going on. Busy show for you, so don't go anywhere.
The highly anticipated opening of the National Museum of African American History and Culture brought visitors from all over the country to the district.
President Obama, First Lady Michelle Obama, President Bush, and Oprah were just a few of the speakers at the opening of the new museum. But just as importantly, there were visitors from all over the country who made the special trip for the historic opening.
This is the reason that we're here, is to come and see the beautiful museum, see history being made.
Going to see the museum. I'm really excited to learn about new things.
I think it's great to acknowledge your history so that you'll know where you're going. You know what I mean? And not make those same mistakes again. And our young people need to know that.
Oh, this is a momentous occasion for all of us. It's a proud moment for me as an African American and for America to commemorate the achievements of our wonderful people and their contributions.
Best history helps us recognize the mistakes that we've made.
It's going to be an incredibly emotional moment because I understand what it took to get to this point.
My ancestors were individuals that came over on those ships, and that's the reason why I'm standing here today. But then there's also the side of victory and rejoicing. You know, there's the pain, but there's also the rejoicing. And so I think that moment is going to be very surreal for me.
It's such a momentous time for not just African Americans, but for all Americans to finally have this museum here to pay tribute to all of the lives that came before us and to set the stage for future generations.
And to me, that's a great accomplishment, you know, and I'm just so happy to be here today. And like I said, to just see how far our people have come.
Matt, how great was it that you got to be there for that opening?
First of all, a lot of fun. You know, the spirit of everybody there and just the big crowd and all the people that came out.
It had to be packed with this, and the security with the presidents and Oprah.
Right. Oprah, right. The big draw, obviously, of the day. Everyone probably got the biggest cheer of the crowd. I'm not kidding. But yeah, just all of the people that you run into and you meet from, you know, right here in the district. Obviously, people love to come out and be a part of these big celebrations. But people from Chicago, from North Carolina, California, and all just had the same things to say, which is, this is a big day. I've been waiting a long, long time for it, and just wanted to be here with everybody else to take part of this historic
Celebrate,
day.
enjoy it. And what impressed me is that a lot of the people who made these special trips from out of town didn't even have tickets to go inside the museum. They were just there to be a part of it.
Right. Now, I haven't been inside myself yet either. I'm waiting to get inside. I'm going to go check it out at some point. But it did surprise me, all these people who did come in from out of town, they said they weren't necessarily interested in making sure they got to visit the museum on this trip. They would another time, but again, just wanted to be here for the history, for the day, and to be with everybody. I'd say maybe half did and half didn't. And they were okay with that, so kind of cool.
And they had great weather, which is
Yeah,
always...
absolutely.
That's going to do it for us for today, but we do have time for one last thing. Matt, what you got?
All right, so we're going to stick with the theme of what we've been talking about, the museum. And two numbers that I came across when I was sort of reading a little bit about it that struck me as kind of interesting. Number one, 60%. 60% of the entire structure of the museum is actually underground.
Wow.
Right? How about that?
That's amazing. You know what? Actually, it makes sense because when I've gone by the museum, it's not a huge footprint.
Right.
I mean, it seems like a relatively small area compared to some of the other museums on the mall, but that makes a lot of sense, 60%.
Right. Isn't that crazy? So you're going to go in there and see it, but when you go inside, you can go below ground, and there's almost just as much to see as there is above, which is interesting to me. The other number, I cheated. It's two last things this time. Sorry
I'll
about
let
that.
you. We'll let it slide this one time.
Okay. So the other number I have for you, 37,000. The number of artifacts, items, pieces that were donated to the exhibits that are part of the museum that were there for the opening. 37,000 different items you can see if you go and check this out.
And I have heard for people who have been fortunate enough to go to the museum already, they do say you do need to budget a lot of time. Don't think you're going to see everything in a couple of hours. Spend the whole day there, and that is very good to know. Thank you, Matt. Thanks for watching.
All right, and we'll see you next time.